Hi, I'm Danny.
And I'm Si. Welcome to Business in a Brew, a podcast dedicated to all things business with the occasional cuppa.
We take a business story, theory, or something we just want to chat about and give it a dusting of our own special personality and sense of humour, combined with our experience and knowledge. We're both business graduates and have run our own businesses for many years. We can't wait for you to listen. Howdy.
Howdy.
Now, we've talked about AI before. We talked about the environmental sustainability of like ChatGPT and other AI.
We did.
Yeah. This is more about the ethics of AI, because it's still a very relevant topic, and it's just a different slant on when we had the discussion about environmental impact, which I, by the way, wasn't aware of, and now all I can think about is sweating AI. But anyway. So this morning we were talking before we started recording about how AI, it's a learning tool and it draws on everything. And I said to you, it can write songs, and you were like, can it? And then it wrote you a little song, didn't it? And then it wrote you some melody, and then you pulled that melody code off and put it into a music system which played the melody for you. So the question I was saying was, where is that coming from?
How many bottles of water did that take to cool the processing down?
We all know it was a lot.
Yes, yeah. Sorry.
So is that ChatGPT, or whatever tool you're using, Claude, whatever, it can't be creative. It hasn't sat there and fundamentally been damaged by a relationship in its life, so it can't sit there and pour its feelings out onto paper. It has taken all of those elements of those words it put together, all the elements of the melody it put together from somewhere. But by the same token, this is what we were saying this morning, the same is true of all of us. You know, I've all listened to thousands of songs. I've heard thousands of tunes. I've talked to thousands of people and read poems and books and all the rest of it. Is there ever any such thing as complete creativity with a completely blank sheet of paper and no external inspiration whatsoever?
Oh, that's a
big
point.
question.
That's a good point. There's an expression, there's nothing new under the sun.
Yes.
Which basically
there's
we're
a finite
all
number of
basically
musical
regurgitating
notes.
Obviously what we've heard before. We're inspired, we're influenced, by our environment, but actually learning from other people.
Which is exactly the same as what AI is doing in theory, learning from other people.
It is. Just
it's lacking the human element. I mean, it's so prevalent at the moment. So at the moment, 2023, 37% of UK creative professionals say they already used AI in some part of their workflow. Doesn't necessarily mean using it for the creative work, but some part of their workflow. But 73% say they're worried that AI will devalue their skills or put them out of work.
You can understand that.
Oh, I can completely understand it. I mean, from my point of view, when I use it in my business, I use it to enhance systems and processes, or I use it for inspiration. I don't think it could ever replace me. I don't.
That's how we use it.
Exactly.
We use it actually to make ourselves more efficient as well. Yeah.
And there were some really weird is the wrong word. There are some examples that open this question about creativity and how it's affecting it. In 2023, AI art won a photography prize. And then the creator refused the award to make a point about what counts as art. Because AI hadn't seen the thing with its AI eyeballs. Just for you, that one. I mean, yes and all right, the prompt that had to go into it was creative, but it wasn't photography.
The creativity was in the prompt.
Potentially, it might be a shit prompt. It just happened to be a really good result, but yeah. Spotify is flooded with AI-generated music, which some of it is copying and stealing other people's styles. But again, is there anything new anyway? Can you do that? Amazon Kindle has been plagued by AI-generated books, many of them low quality, but crowding out real authors who genuinely want to make a difference with their words. In the 2023 Hollywood writers' strike, AI was one of the big sticking points. So would it replace writers or just support them? It's a really interesting question because it is such a useful tool. I find it useful every single day for lots of different reasons.
But it has been somewhat foisted on us, though, because no one asked for it.
No, it's not like we're all sat there going, I definitely need something that's going to write for me.
The creators have produced it for us to use, telling us it will improve our lives. It's crept into so many aspects of life, workflow, as you say, creativity. but no one actually asked for it.
Yeah, but did anyone ask for a computer over a typewriter?
No, they didn't. No, but it's coming from somewhere up there. Decisions have been made by very, very large. Oh, I don't want to bang on about corporations again. That's not what I'm trying to do.
Just made it sound like it was coming from God.
But it's coming from right up there. This will be useful to you. This will be your new tool. This will be
You're almost making it sound like propaganda.
I don't know what I actually don't know what it is. I really don't want to sound like I've got a problem with it, because I haven't got a problem with it. No, and I'm definitely not a conspiracy theorist.
No.
I'm definitely not.
No tinfoil hat, I can confirm.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is that there's an adoption aspect to this that actually people often don't realise. They don't stop and think where the tools come from, or where the tools are coming from,
or what people are doing with the information that goes into it.
It is, the whole thing's a learning programming, machine learning, machine coding. But I don't know where I'm going with this, other than my observation that we never, as a society, said we could really do with this as a tool. It was decided.
No, but I think generally speaking, all of the tools that I don't suppose anyone asked for a wheel when it was invented. They just wanted to get somewhere quicker without having to walk everywhere.
That guy's got a wheel. I want one of those. Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's social proof. It's learning. I mean,
it is.
When it's interesting.
And don't get me wrong. I think it is an incredible creation.
Yeah, it is.
It is an incredible creation. And to be honest, I think in a couple of years we're all going to wonder what we were doing, what we did without it.
I actually don't know what they'd do if someone took it away from me.
How the heck would do? Yeah.
Google doesn't answer me in quite the same positive way, and I need reinforcement.
Yeah. Right,
very good for that.
Constant reinforcement.
I do like a bit of reinforcement.
So yeah. There's no doubt about it. We will get to a stage where we will wonder how we ever managed without it.
Yeah.
It is brilliant.
It is. I love to write, for example. I've always loved writing. I've loved writing since I was small. So my blog posts have got a very, very specific tone of voice, which is me poured out onto a piece of paper. It's
incredible that it has, because you use it. Yeah.
ChatGPT. Yeah.
You use AI a lot, and that is learning your style.
It is. It will never write my blogs.
No.
So it's really good at suggesting posts, suggesting content, inspiring me for reels, even suggesting blog titles.
Yeah, but it gets your tone of voice. That's what you just said.
No. So I love writing blogs. It understands it to an extent of what I try to do and the kind of things I'm interested in. But what it'll turn out, it isn't me.
Right.
I have never used ChatGPT or AI of any kind to write a full blog.
I thought you said it did understand.
I have never used it.
Okay.
Because it's missing the bit. I love a bracketed aside.
Mm-hmm.
I like to little nudge jokes and references back to pop culture from the time I grew up. And it doesn't build in that kind of personality and that kind of stuff. But it does a million other things that help me in my day-to-day life. Mm-hmm. So in terms of my personal voice and my creativity, it can't ever replace that. I've written 2 books now, 3 if you include the collaboration book chapter. They were all written by me, but some of it was, I want to write a chapter around X. Can you just give me a couple of bullet points to guide me in the right direction?
Framework.
Yeah, because some chapters just flow really easily, and sometimes you're thinking, I know I need to talk about this topic, but I'm not sure where I want to go with it. So it does help you think through that. It's incredibly strong positive reinforcement. I mean, I remember, because I've written poetry my whole life, my mum used to phone me and go, so-and-so's got a birthday. She really likes cats, Sudoku, puzzles and flowers. Can you write me a poem? And
so you were her
personal birthday card, poetry, cheesy writer. Yeah.
So maybe there has always been demand. But
maybe. They didn't know what to name it. They just called it Danielle and phoned her frequently. So now, but you could now do that because, like I think I said to you, my son loves to put football chant requests in, and it turns out entire football songs with players' names and all sorts, and he loves that personalisation of it. So yeah, my mum could do that same thing she used to ask me to do, which saves me half an hour of my life trying to rhyme the word cat with something other than the word bat, and turn out cheesy poems or lyrics to songs that you create. It'll never be a human. It can't be a human because it doesn't have those nuances, those subtleties of emotion, those extra frames of reference. It only knows what you've told it or what it can find on the internet. But yeah, it's a weird. It's a question. So the original title was, is AI ruining creativity or freeing us up?
That's what I was just thinking to bring us back to that.
I personally believe, for me and the way I operate, it frees me up. It takes away some of the stress of a blank sheet of paper. It takes away some of the stress of thinking through the minutiae, like a structure or a flow.
Yeah.
It allows me to just focus on what I want to say.
Yeah.
And sometimes I've even put in chunks of text I've written and gone, just sum this up for me, just so I can make sure that what I'm writing makes sense and is understandable to you, because I'm assuming I'm referring to AI as your average person.
Mm-hmm.
Probably actually above average, but...
So it's allowing you to have more creative freedom.
Yeah.
Because it is maybe taking the weight off, maybe come up with a structure.
I couldn't... I mean, let's say the last book I wrote was, 30,000 words, something like that.
Mm.
All 30,000 words came out of my head.
Yeah.
Or my fingers when I was typing.
All your experiences.
My experiences, my stories and everything.
Yeah. Is this the one about resilience?
Yes. Mm-hmm. But I managed to write it in 2 weeks, doing a chapter a day. If I'd have also had to map the chapter titles, map the content out, it would have been 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely truncated a process. So in terms of time, it frees up time for me to have those creative spaces. Yes, I've got it to write captions before, and I'm a bit like, oh, it's all right, but let's take out this, this, and this. And I get, if you are not a natural writer, which there are plenty of them out there, people who don't know where to start with a caption, don't understand what a call to action is, all this kind of stuff. I get that for them, it's a really good way to generate thoughts, start things going, at least put something out there.
But they have the story. So the essence of the story.
Well, I don't know, do they? Mm. I mean, imagine someone that, this is awful, this is going to be a very sweeping generalisation, I apologise to everyone, but imagine an 18-year-old's never worked in corporate, never had a full-time job, wanted to go self-employed straight away and make those 6 figures being a VA within 6 days, because that's possible. How much experience are they able to communicate through their posts? Not a lot, because they haven't physically had the experience themselves. But they know they need to talk to people as if they do. Mm. So they're going to be drawing on the experience that other people have shared through social, through their websites, through blogging, through everything else that ChatGPT is then picking up and spitting back out the other end as, well, this would appeal to your audience because it shows you've got... And that creates sort of a mistrust. Can you almost believe what you're reading?
Does it? Yeah. Does it? Gosh, that is an ethical question right there.
It's a little bit, when you write lol in a text, are you always laughing when you write lol, or do you just think it's something that you should therefore find funny and write lol? How many times are you actually laughing when you write lol? If I put lol, I have actually laughed out loud. Really? Yeah. Okay, then I'm a really bad human, because I'm just assuming you should be laughing. Yeah, but I'm just old-fashioned, aren't I? Fair enough, yeah. But no, just going back to that point, does it mean then that we have to maybe not believe everything we're seeing when we're writing? We're seeing, not when we're writing, when we're reading marketing messages. A lot of this is going to be generated in future. So much of it is going to be generated by AI. Yeah. And you go through, I don't know if you ever see it on LinkedIn, and it's possibly because of the audience I follow, but you get a lot of, not another ChatGPT post. You can tell it is because of X. Like you always used to be able to tell from the little rocket emoji or the M dashes. Or a Z in organisation. Well, especially if you're based in the UK, yeah. So there are little things that mean you can tell. But that's going to get cleverer. I mean, if you have half a brain cell and have used a lot of AI, the first thing you do is go, right, can you write me a caption? Do not use the M dash. Do not use a rocket emoji. And for the love of God, do not use a Z. Use an English spelling. The minute you do that, that removes all of those really obvious cues that everyone talks about. That's just going to get harder and harder to see through. So yeah, I do think it's going to get to the point you could run an entire Instagram account without ever having taken a photo of yourself or written a caption, because all of it can be generated through AI and through non-personal methods. That's terrifying. I work with a lot of creatives. Mm-hmm. A lot. Yes, because in the greeting card industry, they like to draw pictures. Yeah. That was a very sweeping statement. This is all very individual. Yes. Stylistically individual. Yeah, because they're so great. You think birthday card's birthday card, but it's not. all the ones you see on the shelves, they're all from different people with their different fonts and their different styles of writing, or the way they like to do things, the level of sarcasm.
Yeah.
Do they swear? Do they feature people? Is it illustrative? Is it line drawing? There's just so much complexity to it.
Yeah, there is. It becomes then, I don't know, you were talking in a previous recording about people caring. The audience or the end user, do they really care? Just, and I'm not talking about the greeting card sector. I'm just talking about in general. You're receiving marketing information. Do you really care? Got all of the salient points. Yeah, all right. I might as well give these people
I don't know. It's hard.
There's an element of it that's coming out of it, and going back to the title again.
Ruining creativity or freeing us up.
Yeah. Is it?
I think when it comes to things like marketing, when it comes to things like supporting businesses to be more efficient, freeing me personally for creativity that benefits my soul rather than the world, although my blogs are amazing, you definitely should read them.
I have read them.
I don't think it's stifling my creativity. I think it's freeing me up to allow me to have more time and efficiency in my business, and therefore free me up to do the things I enjoy doing, like writing. I think when it comes to the arts, I think that's very different. Although, you ever seen those pictures that's like one splash of paint on a white canvas, or a stick figure that sell for millions? And I'm like, I could actually draw that. But it wouldn't have occurred to me to draw that and try and sell my stick figures because it's a stick figure. So art is so subjective anyway. Is there any difference between the really clever prompt you put into AI versus you actually taking a paintbrush and putting it on a canvas? I don't know.
No.
I think there's beauty in poetry.
If it looks great, it's got an audience, it's going to sell.
I think there's an amazing beauty in the written word that I don't believe can come from AI because it hasn't had the life experience and it doesn't feel human emotion in the same way at this point in time, now in 2025. But that's not to say that it can't develop.
All right, so here's one then. So do you think AI, in which case, is a force for good or a force for evil?
I think it's passive. It's no different to anything else in the world. Everything can be used for good or evil. It's just how you choose to do it. Money's not a force for evil.
It can be used for both, merely a tool.
It's like my personality. It can be used for good and evil. It's merely a tool. It's merely a vehicle. Yes, if you want to automate every single thing in your business through ChatGPT and never write another written word, do you know what? That is your choice. If people don't believe what they're seeing, that's their choice. If people do believe what they're seeing, that's their choice. It's just a tool that is out there. It will continue to grow. It will continue to develop. I get how some artists, musical artists or physical, that's painting, physical artists are upset about the theft of their intellectual property.
Yes.
But I go back to the fact that no one has sat in a room and never listened to another piece of music.
No.
So you cannot be completely uninfluenced, a completely blank slate for anything. What does it say? There's only so many film plots in the entire world because they're all based on Shakespeare's. Well, if that's true, Shakespeare should be really pissed off.
Or Canterbury Tales.
I can say the entire opening sequence from Canterbury Tales in the original Middle English.
Right. Okay.
I'm not going to, because I'll probably get it wrong and then we'll get abused.
That's for another episode.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's just, I don't think there's an answer. We've just gone round and round about 3 circles 3 times saying different things, but going round in circles. I don't think there's an answer. I think it's a let's watch it unfold. I think at some point there's going to have to be some kind of regulation, legislation, or... Do
you really? That's interesting.
Well, look at the way Meta talk now, that you have to flag whether a post is AI or not, as in the imagery or some of the stuff involved in it. We're supposed to. Don't, obviously, but supposed to. So there is a place where I think people will be expecting you to admit, I didn't paint this myself. I got ChatGPT to do it, but the prompt was fucking epic. So, yeah, I think that will have to come into force as theft of other people's, bastardization and utilization of other people's ideas and creatives becomes more prevalent. But I don't know I couldn't tell you what that would look like. I cannot tell you sitting here today what that's going to look like. I just feel.
And was it Mr. Trump that said that?
Mr.
Yes, that said that, or it's a decision in his presidency that was about hands off AI for 10 years, basically,
and just see what happens.
Just let it go. Just let it do its thing.
Have its robot revolution take over
before putting legislation in, which it's.
That's not. I mean, I don't want to complement him in any way. But that doesn't seem like such a bad idea because no one knows which legs it's going to grow or which arms or whatever else.
I was just about to say. Legs and arms, I was just about to say, you won't be able to get the octopus back in the tin by then. Mind you, 10 years' time, we're going to be knocking on the door of quantum.
No, that's 10 years' time of AI existing, not 10 years from today. Bear in mind, it's already been around for probably...
No. Leave AI alone for 10 years.
Okay, yeah.
10 years' time,
quantum
computing is predicted to have landed
fully. So it will change the landscape
and
again.
People will know what to do with it because people still don't know what to do with it. Or calculations for one thing, but then again, AI performs a calculation, doesn't it?
Yeah, so does my phone.
Yeah. But that's that next step.
It's just because it's constantly evolving. Obviously the Industrial Revolution, that period of history, was the most prolific for invention and change and things moving forward. But again, we're picking up that pace as technology and science develop. We're evolving constantly, and it's really quite hard to keep up. You've got a generation of people who haven't even adopted a mobile phone because they're too old to have understood it or want to use it. You've got us who saw computers invented, and then the first mobile telephone, and now we've got these little things in our hands that do all this stuff. Sorry, the personal computer.
Yeah.
You've got a generation that have never not known all that technology. It's a really weird time when you've got three types of people with three different awarenesses of technology, and that's only going to keep happening. The generation that don't have a mobile phone aren't going to know about quantum computing. We're going to be those Neanderthals who have no idea how to use quantum computers by the time they do come out.
Yeah.
So this technology thing is just going to keep rolling.
They're going to be serving a much higher user base, a much different user base to the general user.
Absolutely, yeah. But it's just, it's an interesting debate. We could literally sit here for hours, so it might need more alcohol, or any alcohol. We have none right now. But there's no answer to it. I just think it's a really interesting question.
No, it is.
Yeah.
How long have we been talking for?
I have no idea.
25 minutes on it?
I could keep going.
Yeah.
But I've actually got nothing to say. Do you know what I mean? I said I could keep going, I could keep talking, I've got plenty to say, but I don't know what the answer is.
Talking ourselves around in circles.
Yeah, just round and round and round about the fact that I don't know.
No one knows.
But I still don't think poetry will ever be written by AI. That stuff is full of emotion.
Well, I got those lyrics. Those lyrics
were sappy.
They were.
They were really sappy. Yeah, but to be fair, you weren't clear. Your prompt was awful.
I won't be taking that to a studio.
You won't be taking it to the Eurovision Song Contest. You didn't put in a good prompt. All you said was, "Can you write me a song?"
Oh no! Oh, I did.
Oh, what did you say? The first time.
I can't remember what I put now. Okay. It was a love song about unrequited love between two adults or something like that, but in an alternative sense.
Never mind. Do you know what? I haven't even got time to unpack that. Okay, well, that was relatively specific. Fine. Okay, well, that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting.
It wasn't any good, though. You read it out.
Yeah, well, I read part of it. You didn't get to the break point in it, though.
Oh, was there an instrumental interlude?
The bridge.
Oh, dear. Anyway, so we can have this discussion many more times if you like, because it's going to keep changing. The landscape will keep changing.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll do an AI-specific episode where we are actually, or everything that we say is AI.
We'll just keep typing prompts in and I'll just read out whatever you say, I'll put it in, and then whatever ChatGPT responds with, I'll say it to you, and then we'll keep going like that, like a
brilliant
game
exercise.
Of AI tennis.
That's the future right there.
It is, yeah. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Thanks for supporting us by downloading and listening to this episode.
And a massive thank you also to Donnie, Emily, Nat and Lewis and the BTD Studios for all your expertise in bringing our podcasting dream to reality.
We'd love it if you commented on this episode, as we'd really like to know what you think and what you might like us to cover in future episodes.
And we'll see you on the next one.